Oh, yeah. Hello again. Mm. Hold on, let me put on the lights for me. It's a little bit dark at the moment. And thank you for coming here again. Nice to see you, Dingo. Anyone else in here? I'm gonna send you an oi. Yep. Thank you. I am finally back. Only took like 5 hours trying to set up OBS with all the fancy stuff we have in the corner now. Look. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm not really sure if I want to do the whole like Twitch affiliate thing. So it's like, why don't I just set up a Patreon? Give that cut that would have went to Twitch. Just put it to charity. Something like that. Because 50% is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. Here, there we go. I'm brightening up. How are you guys tonight? Mm-hmm. Hello. Nice to see you, Sage. Welcome back. I know we just got back from our Mahjong stream. Esmet's Wave. I don't even know what emote that is. Hello there, William. Welcome to Zatsu Tuesday. Celebrate the ways of life. Oh, there you go. I like that. It's nice and simple for once. But yes. Thank you. That's kind of what I was thinking about as well, is you get the emotes, right? So you got emotes, and then you got the redeems. I mean, those are all right. Yeah, impressive handwriting, I know. And then what is it? You get a channel trailer. To be fair, that is really true. I was trying to look at what kind of stuff we can add in terms of, oh, Kai, welcome. Welcome to one of my first Satsus. My weakness, my mortal enemy. Talking without playing games. Ooh. Mm-hmm. If I recall correctly, it counts as like followers and then also with subs. But I know some people use like 7TV or stuff like that. Yeah. Mainly the thing that I was looking at was people said that affiliate gives you the ads. And I don't know about you, but when I go into a stream sometimes and an ad plays, I just click off that shit. Like, I don't even hesitate sometimes. It's just like an instinct. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna click off now. Unless I really, really want to stay in the chat. It's just kind of a natural instinct if I'm just like trying to browse on Twitch. So I don't know if it's really the move to start putting in. Yeah, like you're there to see live content and then you just get slapped with like it's straight up 3 minutes of ads that you can't even skip. And sometimes the broadcaster doesn't even know that they're happening unless you like time it and all that. So I'm not so sure. Really? Oh no, what is that, like $20? It's a pain. So I was considering not even pushing for affiliate. Yeah, $15 hurts. And kind of my focus at the moment is making sure that we get people to, click on and actually stay. It's a steal? No, it is not a steal. That is $15 out of your pockets. All going to Twitch. It's not worth it. We can put that money to something else that matters. Like DoorDash. Yeah. It's like half a DoorDash, like $15 out of 30. Heck yeah. That's what I think about it. To Mr. John Twitch. Yeah, I don't really prefer. I still haven't figured out how to fix my chat scrolling like mirrored like that. But I'll probably figure it out. Because, the Nico feature and all that. I'm Nico, that sort of thing. But at the moment, I'm still on the fence about going for affiliate just straight up because of ads. Oh, I met X-Men Hera? That is a long story. You, Nico. It is Nico. Hold on, drink. Yeah, see, Miyu answered it perfectly. I am Nico. The bot is Miyu. She may make an actual appearance once I get the second outfit that I have in the works. Spoiler warning. That is coming at some point. Mm-hmm. Well, it kind of does describe me, not like in a put down kind of way, but it's like, I could have been doing a bit better at school or going in general, but here I am trying to go the starving artist path. That's what I like to do. Yes, and a new outfit. I've been talking to my creator about making an outfit that's like more casual, like sort of like streetwear and all that, because I'm not always in my nun mode, This is more like my serious outfit when I want to, get down into business and stuff. But a casual outfit for other vibes, I was looking into doing that with them. So I'm just waiting for the draft in terms of the outfit. Still deciding on the colors. I might do something like a pink and a green, or just like a white and a pink. Thank you. And I think it was just really natural to have this like current outfit. Works with the little lore thing we got going. Everything's sanctimonious and religious. Because I fuck with that occult stuff. It's also a nice way to spice things up. No, what was I? Oh yeah, the X-Men era thing. I think you guys kind of know what the vibe is with like Twitter girls, and even like a lot of girls on Twitch, where I mean, it's my personal take, but I'm not really into romanticizing mental illness that much. Like, it's good to be aware about it and like genuinely try to help other people, but I don't know about making it be like, oh, this is some great thing to embody. I think that trying to move towards having a healthy mindset is ideal. So personally, I've been distancing myself from that culture because I used to have all of those like borderline unhealthy habits, like clinginess, obsessiveness, stalker-like behavior. What is it? Just a lot of crazy things. So I've been trying to reintegrate myself back into society. And that is what I mean by X-Men Hera. Because we want to encourage healthy mindsets. And that is my take on it. The Nico lore is literally just me. Embrace the lore. That viewer is mine. This tweeter's my follower. How dare they comment to other girls' stuff? Thank you very much. You guys are my favorite chat. And no problem. Yeah, I am an open book with this stuff. That's why I write it down on the about stuff. And I hope for many more days to come. As long as I, of course, delivered the content myself. Yes. And wait, the manga ass in there, drama unfolding. No, Miyu, that is not our vibe. In fact, we actually stay away from the. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you think so. I'm always like a little bit insecure on the down low. So I'm glad you guys actually think that it's comfy and smooth to listen to, even though sometimes it can be a little bit low. I do try my best. stay hydrated, do some like voice exercises and all that. Thank you, thank you. Especially since I kind of stream late at night. I don't want to I don't want to scream into your ears necessarily. I mean, it might happen if you guys make me play a horror game or something, or if we do our watch along of a scary ARG. I don't know if you guys heard of Angel Hair, but it's a very interesting series. I'm glad you think so, Nia. Thank you, thank you. No, what was it? Oh no, it was on my mind. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention since I won't be doing affiliate just yet. However, partner might be something I would consider down the road because mainly I don't really want to scare the new viewers away. I just want to focus on us having like some good content and us getting together without like, oh, here's 3 minutes of ads. While we're just barely starting to figure out like locking in our stream quality and all that. I'm still trying to see what other people are doing and then put it on here. Because I might not be the greatest yet, but there are some things we can control. That's why I got this little setup here for our Zot stream. It took a little bit, but would it be a weird idea if I made a stream where we just kind of like, it's like people watching, but we go on random streamers chat and then just like see what cool stuff they have and then we talk about it. We don't let them know. It's not like a raid, but we're just kind of there and then we see what can we put in our stream that is working for them. No. Yeah, we watch the streamer watch streamers, but we do it in secret. Let me see. I know you can turn off the ad stuff for the channel, only get mandatory stream ads. Yeah, I look at that. People were suggesting pre-roll ads. So just like putting a bunch of them at the very beginning and then it just has like a predictable cycle. So that was one way I was looking into dealing with the ads if we were going to have affiliate and all that. And so we could, but people might get angry at me. Oh, because we're going into their chat and we're not even like being subtle about it or straight up evaluating their channel and they might not like what we might say. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything bad. I would just be like, this is what seems to be working out for them. We could do that. But it's also a spooky kind of territory. That's why I wanted to ask first if that's gonna be a little sus, you know. And maybe I will do that on my own time then. Especially, like you said, Sage, if we go into the chat and then if we get known enough, they're going to be like, whoa, hold on, the streamer's looking at you. Watch out, they're not even rating. And we get called out or something, and then we have a whole like Twitter war. And, we don't really subscribe to drama like that if we can help it. They're going to fight us, then we'll get the guns out, you know. Yeah. Yep, I have a whole gallon jug right next to me. And I know if I get affiliate, I'm gonna have a redeem for hydrate and it's gonna be on cooldown like every 5 seconds. Make sure you drink the water. Yeah, you right? We sought to Nico, not the drama. And if the drama tries to find us, I'll take it somewhere else. I'm gonna be so hydrated. Um, I don't have a joke for that one yet. I'll be 100% water. I'll have my slime Nico. That's right. Not to say Manharas are not welcome. We all have a little bit of Manhara inside of us, maybe a lot, but welcome all the same. We are almost like a recovery group, if you could call it that. I'm not entirely sure what the direction is in terms of rehabilitating such mental disorders, if we can even do something like that. I'm not an authority on that sort of subject. I'm absolutely interested in supporting our democracy. In fact, that is why I have this forum here tonight, for us to discuss the kind of content we will be making for this week. Because I believe in a public discourse in terms of, well, I just want to include you guys in what we end up doing. Because aside from Twitch, I kind of always wanted to follow the video essay meme, where people just like get a topic and then just talk about what they want to say for like 1 hour. Maybe I'll do something like not an hour. In fact, this video that I have in the background is something that I found, and it kind of tickled my feelings a little bit. I was like, I don't know about that one. And I almost wanted to just make an essay about it and start posting on my YouTube, which is Nico Mew CH, by the way. I should probably link that. Because something I saw in terms of like people growing their Twitch channel and all that was I just mean my YouTube channel. But something that I saw that people were suggesting, like big streamers, in terms of like actually growing. Oh, my bad. Let me go ahead and get that right now. I only have that one video that I posted on Twitter. For some reason, I didn't link my own channel. Because I'm silly. I'm silly. I think, yes. You got me there. I need to make bot commands. I still don't even know how to. I keep on forgetting to make a bot on my Discord to let people know that I'm online. Here, if this even works. That's my channel. It's only got that one video. Yes, it's all about the grand show on that channel, indeed. But let's go. Second sub. Can we get a third, fourth, fifth, 100th? Tonight, we're gonna blow up with that one video that I just made on a whim because I was like, I need a channel trailer. And then I needed to be affiliate to have it. Third, let's go. Thank you. Can I speak Japanese? No, I cannot speak Japanese. I just sat there listening to the original video over and over again until I can get it as close as I could. It's a lot harder than it looks. You are so real for that. First language, by the way. I mean, I blame our language for being this annoying in terms of like all the little nuances and just even just saying words sometimes. Australian. Yeah, we actually got you see the scrolling text, that's actually our Australian captions for the chat. So I hope that helps a lot. We take care of our Australian friends here as well. I'll figure out how to fix that in time. But yes, I wanted to start a YouTube because certain creators like Ludwig and stuff, they were like, "Oh, you want to make a Twitch channel? Well, you should probably quit if you think you're just gonna grow off of discoverability alone." And I was like, "You're right. There isn't any discoverability on Twitch. It's like minimal compared to other websites. Unless I stream like some underground game and then get found." Yeah, see, you know about it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sage, that was still in the works for me. I was gonna go make that one as well because I have 2 weeks before, not even 2 weeks, like a week left before my first VODs end up going away. Was that so? You know what is a weird feeling? Is just knowing that people will really go back on my VODs and watch through all of it. It's touching to me. Like, y'all actually like my stuff like that? Wait, you can do that? Oh, I didn't know that. And I wasn't even aware there was an editor on Twitch. Hold on, I need to add that into my notes. Mm-hmm. Odd Nation. Yes. Twitch internal. Yes, please. The Giga OP stuff. My content. And I saw a Twitter post that mentioned making sure that you have your vids stored somewhere else just because of Twitch deleting the ones that you do have. So I will definitely make that channel. Probably separate from my content channel, but it will be there regardless. You can put in general. Yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me see. And then I will certainly add our VODs to that because we do have our VOD friends here, just like Sage. But in terms of YouTube content, like I was saying, I know that just recycling random stuff from the Twitch channel probably might not be the move. Like they were saying things like, "Oh, you can plan your streams to use for YouTube content," but I'm not sure if a lot of the stuff that I've been making is necessarily YouTube worthy. You know what I mean? Maybe like a clip or two, but I haven't really thought about how we were gonna do that. Because if I was gonna make them, I was gonna do like a like a full presentation and all that. Actually, Bean Dongo made a clip while I was explaining that whole like Exodia scenario. You know, even though it's the second day, Mahjong is a language we will learn together. Even though we do it week by week. I know Kai wanted to learn how to learn Mahjong formally, so I have to get with her in terms of learning how to play properly and getting to Mahjong master. Hmm. Don't worry. If you really want to learn, then you found the right place. That's right. We're gonna go through step by step. I'm gonna hold your hand and everything. And I also have my assistant who is in the Discord channel, Sukuna. Not the anime guy, but he just named that. I had a whole guild where Well, it wasn't our guild, but we started talking about mahjong, like, guys, why aren't you playing mahjong? And we'd, oh, let me look at which channel to put that on. You can, yeah, just put it in general, and then I'll make a, no, wait, suggestions. Yes, suggestions. That would be perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, let me go paste the link. Where is it? Wait, I think I have this. That is not the link. Do not go to that link. Yeah, my bad. This is the link. That's the one. Please join. Yes, yes, yes. It will only take a little blood sacrifice is all, but we will use it for greater purposes. You can trust me with it. Thank you very much. Um, well, sharing is caring. Blood is what they usually use for, what is it, pacts. And it's the, yeah, you are indeed an accomplice. Because what what is a flock of crows called? A murder. And by associating, you have become an accomplice to the murder. I've been waiting to say that for such a long time. Yeah, welcome. Are we sacrificing? Well, in time we will. Not at the moment, but when we have a worthy cause, we will consider sacrificing more than just blood. Thank you. Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but I can't take all of your blood. Um, your services are still required, and taking all of it means death. My necromancy has quite a long cooldown. Mm-hmm. Very well. Someone is taking it for the team. Are you preparing your sacrificial skills for the cult or just here for the thrilling suspense? Stay sharp, Sage. What's your go-to offering for the cult gatherings? Oh, I think I might have already spoiled what that would be. But we take stuff like, it doesn't have to be blood. Yes. Hey, this is the test. You are on the spot now. Cookies? Very well. I accept. Welcome back, soul. Nice to see you. Cookies and chalky milk. Am I Santa Claus now? Well, to be fair, Santa Claus is Saint Nicholas, and I am Nico. Close enough. Sage? That is a delicious spice. Oh, what are we learning today? On the contrary, we're gonna find out what we're gonna learn today. Definitely. So, like I said, we want to do video essays so that we can plant the seeds for long-term growth. Maybe they think that my ramblings are going to be funny enough to be like, let's go check out her channel and let's see her other videos. And we blow up. Do I know when you are sleeping? Absolutely. Because, oh, Mio, don't tell them. Mm-hmm. Nico sees all. Nico sees all, even when you're awake, in your sleep, in your dreams, in your walls, even when you're not trying to be seen. But 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 like I said, X-Men era, everybody knows that the most overpowered powers go to the people who won't exploit it for some reason. Indeed. I am keeping score. There is a leaderboard that you guys don't see, but I am keeping the good ones at the very top. So I know what kind of rewards to give out on Christmas. Mm. Yep, 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 yep. Also, I should mention that I found FreeBridger. Even though my model wasn't made for it, it actually improved my tracking. I was having a thing with my mouth not being so consistent, but now I can be like, ow, 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 ow. You see? It's so cool. What reward did we get, Lady Nico, first of the cult? Hmm. I can't say yet. That requires some thought. And that's part of why we need to do our investigations on what kind of super cool rewards people give out to their most devout of followers. And then we can do it for ourselves. Maybe add a spin to it. It is only right. Can we have guns? Obviously. Ice cream? Yes. Please bring ice cream. That is my absolute favorite snack. It is my guilty pleasure. I have it when I'm sad, when I'm happy, all the times. And yes, again with the guns. I have a nickname of being a nun with a gun. So those are supported here. Bang bang. Exactly. I was even gonna add a little what's it called? A little end screen. Like before I finish the stream, I would just shoot the chat. Pop pop. Mm-hmm. Miyu, you don't even have those emotes. Get ready. None with a gun. It's kind of like if you guys seen Trinity. What's it called? It's that game that goes like Mortis. Yeah, you got father something with a shotgun. I am just his counterpart. That's right. And we already offer rats. We actually eat rats here. We do not discriminate our food sources. Mm. A certain snake would be able to confirm that. Ah. I don't even know who cooks for us, but yes, we might eat rats every now and then. I mean, crows cannot be too picky now, can they? The power of can compels you. Indeed, Pog. Oh no, I hope I'm not getting too off topic. but, 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 we were gonna make some essay content. Of course, this is why we make a blood sacrifice so that some ingredients are in the temple. Why crows? Thank you for asking. Well, you see, I really like this concept of befriending crows. You guys ever heard about that? Where crows will remember you. And they're very smart creatures, right? But if you treat them well, they will be loyal to you and do things in what is it? It's a mutually beneficial relationship. And I like to think that you guys are intelligent people. Yes. So I like to feed the crows with what they want. Treat them well, and they will treat me well in turn. That is why I have gone with crows. Plus, they've got the little dark aesthetic to them. They're quite sharp creatures. Mm-hmm. So yes, you guys are crows, my crowmates. That is why sometimes I would call you guys the crow. But we are also the murder. Things like that. I'm still working on the little branding. So what am I saying? is that I should replace my friends with crows. Well, let's think about it like this. You can do that because we only have so much time to devote to certain people. And I would say that me personally, devoting them to the crows is a good choice. Oh, Bean Dango, welcome, welcome. We have our official artist. No expectations, but she is our first Patreon pledge, so she has the honor of the artist badge. Please check out her channel. But yes, in terms of branding, you guys, no, not the kind of like painful branding. We save that for our dissenters so that they will come back and into their little hate group and know that we don't mess around. Embrace the oh energy. Let it flow like a river of excitement and revel in the chaos. Me, you got that, Riz. That is so adorable indeed. Now, what was I saying? But yes, you guys are crows. Super smart. Feed them well. They will give you their shinies. It is a good relationship, I would say. That is the Nico lore. And I know that I have a commission like, what, all the way out in October? The branding is not just the streamer, but also the chat, because it's with viewers like you that all of this is possible. So glad to have you guys here and still coming back time after time, even through all of the scuff. Yes. Crow branding indeed. And I had a pretty dumb joke in mind. What was it? What would be the best place to meet up? Or what would be the best place for crows to meet up? The crow bar. Am I right? Yes, I know I am so on a roll. And I love streaming for you guys, even though it has been an absolute test of my social anxiety. And I didn't even realize that we've been talking for like quite a bit now, actually. Indeed. But yes, as I was saying, I do have a commission like all the way out in October to make a loading screen and a Be Right Back screen from Miffy on Twitter, if you guys ever heard of her. But I would like to feature the crows on there by the time we get that. Exactly, a sacred weapon from the original silent protagonist, Gordon Mr. Freeman. Ain't that right? And it's also a good place to get drunk. I personally won't, but if you guys would like to partake, it is also an option. You said a crowbar, but that does, what does a crow order at the bar? A cock, a colt. So that's how it feels, huh? I see you. I'll find another one. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. I swear. Yeah, we may. Oh, hydrate. I would say so, yes. No, I hated it. It's the worst. We don't like puns here. It's gonna be a feature of this stream. I hope you're ready for that. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone here. Oh yeah, I have to mention that we have 7TV because we do have our emotes in here. We got the Pepe laugh, of course, and also several ones if you know the secret cheat codes. But back to the topic. I wanted to talk about what are we gonna make a spicy essay on for the stream's namesake. We are doing a video essay arc brainstorm, and we're gonna get cancelled as fast as possible because we're gonna make some super hot takes. Our first video is gonna be us critiquing someone. We're not even just gonna make our own content, we're just gonna look at someone. Yeah, hot take. Cancellation stream. Ah. Everybody, it was good knowing you guys. Glad you could come here for our final stream. I'm gonna post it on Twitter. Everybody's gonna know. And I'm gonna miss you guys. React content already. I know. This is gonna be our first React stream, guys. Chat, is this real? Chat. Rebrand. No, Carpo. They said mahjong was not real, and I'm sure that a lot of them feel the same way. And I don't know about you guys, but mahjong is very real, and if they disagree, they should be put to the flame on a stake on top of a mountain. Exactly. No dissenters in chat. Put to the stake. You see me? I'm very serious. That's where they're going. FF14 mahjong is not real, to be fair. It isn't real. I want to see everyone in chat get to silver rooms. Is Iron Mouse? Yeah, it's real. Like it. That's like saying miracles aren't real. They happen, you know. One day we're gonna all sit down in Mahjong Seoul and play a game together. But please know, I will not hold back. I do not believe in going easy. I will be locked in. No memes. I won't even make any commentary. I'm just gonna play statistically best. Try hard. I will hit Brichi. Brichi is the soul of the game. It inspires movement and energy. Yes. Anyone takers for the Shadow Realm? It's cold and damp, but it will feel like your soul is being torn apart. And you know, some of us need a new start, so I don't mind offering this service for free. It's okay. I won't steal your lunch money because I want you guys to be able to eat. Because, like I said, feed the crows or something bad will happen. Yes. Do the little characters ever come back? How should I say it? Those particular ones are gonna be taking a vacation for a while. They're in a better place that someday maybe we will see them, maybe not. There is something at stake after all. Not just your rank, but your very soul. Oh, the little characters that we were going against in our winner's POV in Mahjong Seoul yesterday. Not including me, of course. Not including us. We never go to the Shadow Realm. We never lose. But yes. So this video, like I said, was gonna be our first React content. Um, lose? Uh, I would say that I have witnesses to say that we never lost. Actually, we have won every single match in some way or form. That's right. Even if we quote unquote lost the battle, we did. No, they're alive, of course, because I need them to testify. Just like what Sage says, we have not lost. Ponder the fate of the witnesses, alive or not, their story unfolds. And you can look back at the VODs. We have, in fact, won. Maybe not the battle, but we will win the war. You feel? You make all the right choices, and even though it says we lost, it's all gonna come back. Nah, I'd win. I'd win. Exactly. I'm glad you guys think so. Would you lose for a crow's life? Hmm. Hmm. Yes, I would. Because it's not about winning the game. It's about winning at life. And in this case, a crow's life. Yep. As we say, crows that stick together, crow together. Am I right, chat? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And besides, we have necromancy in play, so we never truly die. Unless you... I'm not going to reveal that. We don't reveal our weaknesses. They can figure that out for themselves. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Definitely not the Menera. I am not mentally unstable like that. About this cancellation video essay, are you serious about the cancellation part? Absolutely. People will go on Twitter and put you on blast and have their like 5 trillion subs go onto your channel and be like, report, 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 report. Get them out of this platform, copyright strike. They used our video in theirs. And what they say, we hate it. We don't like it. So they don't have a voice anymore. Even though I'm going to be as nice as I can about it. Maybe. Yeah. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna put our hot takes out and we're gonna die on that hill. That's right. Nico is already gone. But it's okay. I will resurrect as a new VTuber. You'll know when I'm back. So that said, it is about this video. This one. The beautiful illusion of comfy games. Mm-hmm. Like, have you ever played a comfy game like Stardew Valley? Like you're coming back from work or you're just feeling sick and sleepy and you just want to relax. Well, if you're not thinking about deeper meanings and breaking down the structure of capitalism, then what are you even doing with your life? Are you really being comfy? Or are you just being another cog in the wheel? Have you really escaped from life, or have you been perpetuating the very thing that makes your life uncomfortable? That's right, comrades. This is now a communism stream. Da. So, let us begin the video. Now, it might be a hot take. I know I will lose some of you, but it is worthy for us to speak our voice.
I've been thinking a lot about cozy games lately.
Oh, let me lower the bangers real quick.
There isn't really one single accepted definition of what makes a game cozy, but they're usually laid-back simulation games where there's low stakes and lots of freedom. They often have a cutesy or pixel art style, but not always. The coziness is less about the aesthetic of the game and more about what you do in the game. And what you do is not much. You farm, you collect trinkets, you talk to nice little NPCs. By their very nature, cozy games are inoffensive. But as I've been thinking about cozy games, I've realized...
All right, this is my first contention. If you go into a cozy game and you have to think, is it really a cozy game? I'm gonna have to dock points for that one. Am I right, chat?
that their coziness might be a lie. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, and I am really not here to ruin your favorite farming sim, I promise. But this video is just a short exploration of a few thoughts I had, so I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments as you listen along to the video. Alright, so most cozy games are simulation games at heart. And the goal of simulation games is to simulate some approximation of reality. But even the most realistic simulation games like Universe Sandbox or City Skylines make concessions on realism in the name of gameplay. As I covered in a video a while back about how realism is bad actually, we probably wouldn't actually want our media to be perfectly realistic. So simulation games as a genre ride the line of realism in order to give us complex simulations of reality that we can and want to play with. They don't always try to perfectly recreate reality, but they do gamify it. But what about cozy simulation games? What is the coziness factor that sets them apart from other simulation games? To answer that question, let's take a look at the seminal cozy game, The Sims. The Sims is a wildly popular life simulation game where you create people called Sims and run their lives for them, building them homes, buying them stuff, telling them where to go and what to do.
Last time I played that was in the original Xbox.
Game, The Sims isn't all that realistic. Think about it. In these games, home ownership is the default, not the exception. No jobs require college degrees, but having a degree will always give you a head start on the career ladder. University is affordable. Medical bills are functionally non-existent.
Fake reality. I was going to say that is not affordable.
After having a baby, and there's no such thing as a surprise pregnancy. No matter your Sim's gender identity or sexual orientation, they can find a partner and even adopt children with no stigma or fear of being ostracized. There's no racism, no abuse, there's no concept of ugliness. No matter what your Sim looks like, they can find love. Yes, your Sims can get sick, they can get fired, their appliances can break, they can get abducted by aliens or squashed by a vending machine, but when looking at the larger structures and systems, the world of The Sims seems pretty great. It's set in a world that's like ours, but better in almost every way.
I don't know about that one.
This is the thread that connects cozy games as a genre. It's not art style, it's not pacing, it's not content. It's that cozy games are simulations that don't worry about reflecting how the world actually is. They reflect how the world ought to be. They're not realistic. They're idealistic. Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, two other games that appear on every cozy game list, are simulation games. You are simulating the daily activities of your character, but not in a world that looks anything like ours. Yeah, you have to make money to pay off debt and buy plants and
and you can't just put ovens in a small room and turn them on and see what happens
and making friends with these
and remove the doors in real time.
In these games, like in The Sims, we are given perfect worlds. Worlds where we can be ourselves, where we don't have any real responsibilities, where we can build homes and talk to friends and do simple tasks and we don't have to worry about taxes or sickness.
I hate taxes.
So, what's the issue? The world of The Sims is decidedly egalitarian.
Alright. So, do we find this an issue? I don't even know what this term means. What is egalitarian and why is that an issue? That is not the first thing that comes to my head when I open up The Sims or Stardew Valley.
It's a perfect meritocracy where hard work always pays off. There's no bigotry to speak of, no conflict outside of some petty crimes here and there. So, let me ask you a
Hmm,
question. In a world like this, why would they need a military?
that's right. If they're so peaceful, why would they need military? Why would they need a democracy
On
like
December
this?
7th, 2023, EA released their newest
Yeah, you
expansion
don't
of The
think about
Sims,
that
The
stuff.
Sims 4 for Rent. This expansion pack introduced the ability to build rental units and rent them.
My stance on this? On which one? Like the whole video in general? If you mean the video in general, I'll spoil what I understand. She is basically going to say that um comfy games are not really thinking about deeper things like yeah, they're not they're not trying to consider like a truly ideal society where we don't have capitalism, where we don't have all of these little things that make life inherently more difficult. Consumerism, for example, like it's we're not thinking about the fact that we're just perpetuating the culture of spending money in order to get happiness. They should be divorced from those things. That's what would make a truly comfy game. And it doesn't make sense to me that why do we necessarily have to make games where that has to be like on the forefront of our mind? Why does it have to have no struggle or be in a perfect kind of like ideal society? Can't we just have a game, play the game, and be comfy? Why does it have to even be a consideration?
Out with your sim acting as a landlord. While many Sims players were excited to finally have the ability to build apartment buildings, something they had been asking for years, this pack did seem antithetical to the purpose of the Sims games. The Sims gave us a world where everyone could afford to buy a home, a world that was like ours but better, and then they added landlords? This change wasn't as sudden as it seems, though. The Sims 4, and frankly the entire Sims series, has always struggled to balance realism versus idealism. They want players to be able to see themselves in the game and play in ways that better
Mew.
reflect their own lives and experiences. A lot of people live in apartment buildings, and it's great that they are now able to build places that look like their homes, after all. But when this realism is at odds with the game's otherwise idealistic gameplay, that's where the cracks start to show. For instance, there's been great strides in representation of different cultures and with LGBTQ representation, but there's also been massive controversy around the lack of representation of disabilities in the games. The world of The Sims is accepting of marginalized people, but only some of them? What are we supposed to assume about this world where we have the realism of landlords next to the idealism of being able to sell a rock you found in a mud puddle for the same price as a nice dinner? Or a world with the idealism of world peace?
I wonder what the societal implications are if random deities from beyond the Sims' realm of understanding routinely put the Sims through unfathomable and unending horrors for amusement, which again the Sims have no concept of understanding for. How can a society exist relatively carefree when completely randomly they can be teleported into a pool with no escape, or locked in a basement to make their painting of their unknown god? Until they soil themselves and die. That's crazy, isn't it, to think about that in this game that is so very much in tied with being realistic or idealistic, whatever the case is, at the end of the day, a lot of us are going to put the Sims inside of a pool and take the ladder out. And that's just fun, is it not? Are we trying to imply that we shouldn't have any of those things because we don't want to perpetuate, let's say, a violent agenda by letting those things be possible? I don't understand where having a fully carefree society, and in this case, let's say, it's too realistic. having a military in a game that's supposed to be peaceful, or having landlords in a game where getting whatever you want can just be earned by working, and it'll always be good. It's somehow, for her, immersion breaking. I don't really understand that part. It's not like those things are equivalent to real life or should be even thought about like that in a comfy game. Let's take an example, right? Stardew Valley. You inherit Grandpa's farm, right? Apparently, you have some sort of debt, and you pay that off in time, supposedly, right? That's very bad. You have you have the whole concept of debt, and and that has to be collected at some point. But in the game, that never actually happens. You can do whatever you want for as long as you want, and nobody's going to get mad at you for not paying off the landlord. They can exist without being like this horrible thing that exists in real life. So why is that even a problem? And do we eat the rich? I don't know. I'm not educated enough in that particular subject.
Next to the realism of a standing army. Once I started noticing some of these apparent inconsistencies, I couldn't stop. And what's worse is that it wasn't just about the inconsistency of these gameplay elements, it was about what they revealed about the system of the games.
How do the Sims have the mental fortitude to come up with order and law when they don't even have free will and their lives are completely unpredictable and tumultuous? Their society should be utter chaos. Yeah, they don't even have a proper way of communicating with each other. They just do grunts and do some like whatever RNG routine there is in their day, wholly dependent on their god to make decisions for them. Is there not a problem with that? If we're going to start thinking about deep things, why aren't we considering an ideal world where we have free will, absolute free will, and we aren't being controlled by some outside force like the god, which is us? This is from the same kind of games where you can like throw meteors at an entire city and all that. But in these games, we can control their destiny. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
When you break them down into their parts, when you separate the realism and the idealism, cozy games are really just capitalism simulators. All of these games incentivize the accumulation of stuff.
You know, a game is a capitalism simulator. This game right here. I don't know if you guys ever played this one, but this game is what is capitalism at heart. This is the kind of game that's like, yeah, you better pay up your debt, and also you got to make sure that you're making the best out of the scariest game of them all, which is the business world. Right? The game slaps. And then are we going to say that this game is? Is this it's a capitalism sim? Is it a comfy game? I wouldn't say no, not necessarily. This game is a little bit stressful. If anything, that's what it is. That's what is closer to like actually real life than anything. Why aren't we talking about this game? Why? Because it'd be a bad example. It's okay. It's supermarket sim. Yeah, they are. It's. I saw a comment down here where it's like, what makes these games comfy is that for just a little bit, you get to play on the winning side of capitalism. So what I'm thinking about just from that sentence is that these games are, yeah, you could say that they are capitalism simulators. But what makes them relatable and comfy in my mind is that it's like, well, being able to disconnect ourselves from the reality of the society we live in and be in a place where, it's not so bad. It's almost, I see like it's a good thing that they put it in a basis that we can actually relate to. It's not such a bad thing. I don't know why it's almost like a problem that it's based on reality in some sort of way. Mm-hmm. Hope you get better, Neil, by the way.
Include the concept of rent or debt, which you
The
can
Dark
only
Souls
pay
of
for through
cozy
the
games, of
buying and
course.
selling of stuff. They also include mechanics where you extract resources from the environment, sometimes by causing irreparable damage, and then use the resources you
I can't believe we're causing irreparable damage to the declining coal mines in Minecraft.
you've harvested to craft more stuff. It all comes down to collecting stuff and making money, whether you call it simoleons or bells or gold or diamonds. These worlds may feel cozy, but it's worth questioning whether the systems they employ actually are. Is it cozy to have to constantly upgrade your Animal Crossing house because you've run out of room to store all your things? Things you don't really need, but you're worried you might want someday, so you keep hoarding more and more and more? Is it cozy to distill down every sim, including yourself, into a simple collection of traits and skills? Skills which are quantifiable, discrete, and objective? Is it cozy to see every part of the world as a resource to be extracted? Is it cozy to indulge in all the worst habits of our deeply flawed world? Cozy simulation games.
Yes, in fact, all of those things are quite comfy. So when we take things such as stats, traits, distilling our very complicated existence into things that are much easier to understand, so that we could do things like, oh, you do a little activity and you get skill points. You level up. It's not at all like real life where we don't even know if we're moving or if we're just stagnating and just pretending that we're going somewhere. Those things are comfy because we have something we can see. We can see something moving forward. And we don't exactly have the luxury all the time of, you know, having disposable income to just buy all the things that we might not need or really should be having in our storage. Like, I just believe that those things are created as systems to make things less complicated, because I don't think at the heart of it we need to have all this complicated thinking for a comfy game. Like, if I wanted to critique consumerism, why don't I just pick up a book and just go deep on that? I'm not going to do that because I don't read. I just want to be comfy.
Present us with worlds that look like ours. They give us control over these worlds, and then they tell us we are free. But we're not. These games are built within our current framework of consumerism and efficiency, and because they are built within that framework, they cannot escape it. So
We love scamming fake people out of their fake money and making pixel people die in slow, painful deaths in their own fluid puddles because we fantasize about not being in the palms of our political overlords. We fantasize about our lives not being the product of some people we have no connection with having ultimate life-directing power and influence. Just like the Sims are in our palms, most people never get to experience power, influence, or true free will. That that is that's a lot of exactly what I was thinking about. This is a fictional fantasy. These games are an escape from the truth of our lives. We aren't here necessarily looking to just live a full simulation of real life with all of its complications and problems. Like, we're not going out here, going on GTA, stealing cars, and then going on gangbangs like pulling out the Tech 9 going on the streets. Because you could argue that's problematic, but time and time again, these fictional things do not correlate with real life, and people have more or less just enjoyed those things. It's a dark pleasure sometimes, and taking away that kind of reality from games we could consider relaxing or cozy, I think that just goes against everything that she's trying to say over here. In fact, it's kind of funny because if we ignore those things that are in our lives, like the realism of death or struggle, ironically, she's taking away. She's implying that taking away our own free will to experience those things is the right choice, and that we should always be idealistic. I can't. That's not how things are, in my opinion. At least play with us. Yep.
So even while our characters have perfect, simple lives unhindered by bigotry or the laws of physics, we...
By the way, you can play Postal and do some like really nasty things, but that game is quite celebrated for being a classic. Nobody says anything bad about the game where you're doing all of those horrible, horrible things.
We are still expected to play the game of infinite growth. Is that cozy?
Yes.
It wasn't always supposed to be like this, though. The Sims series began life as a critique of consumerism. While working on the concept for the game, Sims game designer Will Wright lost his home and all of his belongings in the Oakland, California firestorm of 1991. This loss is part of what inspired The Sims' emphasis on accumulating stuff as a core gameplay loop. And this accumulation of stuff was actually explicitly designed to be a time suck. Getting more stuff looks like it's going to make your Sims life easier, but ends up actually being a bad thing. The Sims was supposed to be a game that exposed the issues with our world, that made us think about why we felt the need to make more and more money to buy more and more stuff, and yet, 20 years later, that original intent is nowhere to be seen. Instead, the games are...
So let me ask you guys this question. When this person made The Sims a long time ago, do you think their intent was to make a fun video game or to make a very serious philosophical critique on consumerism? Why have the games continued to be more of a game and not some like thesis on why these things are so bad, even though the game by itself encourages you to keep doing those things? Huh? It's cozy not having true stakes or consequences of your actions. You can never pay Tom Nook, and the IRS will never come for you. Exactly. I can see how they might have sold out and done other things with what they intend the game to be. Though at its core, I don't believe that the creator meant for it to not be a game. Like at its heart, not to be something that is meant to be also enjoyed. And just having that critique just there in the background, like, yeah, like we're not wholly unaware of these things. Just like she's able to see that there's that commentary on consumerism doesn't mean that we are also blind to it and we can't just enjoy the game anyways, despite having consumerism and all of those bad things. Like, am I gonna go to Papers, Please and see how there's all of this commentary on war and then act like I don't see any of those things and I'm just enjoying my war-torn immigration simulator? What?
like what philosopher Louis Marine terms a degenerate utopia. Something that from the outside looks like a utopian version of society, but which actually just perpetuates the flaws of the society it's supposed to be critiquing. As writer Anne McGuire puts it, The Sims distills and intensifies key ideological aspects of late...
All right, let's point this out real quick. Do you know what they used to say back in 2004 and earlier? We're not even gonna talk about how sources from deadass 20 years ago reflect what we believe in today or what's relevant now. They used to say, and they still do to some degree, that violent video games are terrible, that they perpetuate a violent society and make people into killers, normalizing such terrible, terrible things. And who sits around these days and makes an article, like a straight up book, just talking about The Sims like this? I don't believe this is that relevant. These aren't modern takes on what we know now about games and their actual effect on society.
Capitalism. Self, other, and time are all quantified and commodified. What the player is doing is shopping effectively in order to manage a life in the world. Only through successful acquisition and deployment of commodities can Sims' needs be met and moods kept elevated. And the successful player is a discerning consumer. A far cry from Will Wright's parody of consumerism. But I still like The Sims. I still like Animal Crossing and Minecraft and all of the other simulation games I've talked about. No, they don't do a good job of deconstructing consumerism or the myth of meritocracy, but maybe that's okay. Because it's not just
Hope
about
so.
realism and idealism. There is a third variable we have to consider: fun. One of my favorite YouTubers is Lil Simsy, who makes videos building houses and doing Let's Plays of her various Sims families on YouTube and Twitch. She is incredible. Genuinely, she's a ray of sunshine. But something she talks about a lot in her videos is that when you build houses in The Sims, you can't make them realistic. The more realistic they are, the more unusable they are.
I think there is great value in games that use the medium for political, societal, historical commentary, but that value is lessened when it's attributed to where it isn't intended. Absolutely. That is so real. Like, a current example right now is that whole drama on Sweet Baby Inc., right? If you guys don't know what the whole deal with that company is, they essentially are a consulting firm or a consulting company that works with game developers to make sure that there is representation and proper I'm just freeballing this. They want to make sure that there's representation in their games and they're not doing anything that would, let's say, be politically incorrect and would, you know, insult those groups in particular. But what ends up happening and why they're getting put on blast is rather than being a service that does try to improve representation, it turns out that they were closer to pushing a political agenda, if anything. Like how in the Spider-Man, the latest game, the characters would have commentaries on what they think about the police. Like, yeah, there is a place for that, but that isn't something that I would want to be forced into my face, or it necessarily has to be a part of it like that. There is value in having messages, but it's one thing to force feed it to a consumer and another thing to pose the question and let people decide for themselves. That is what I think. And also the whole thing that games have their aims. Like they have a goal in mind in terms of what they aim to accomplish. Some of these games are definitely trying to be mediums for social political commentary. But if we're talking about a comfy game, that is the very last thing I would expect or want to be thinking about. So if anything, trying to take it from this angle just doesn't make sense to me.
But being idealistic is an issue too sometimes. Lil Simsy actually likes to make her Sims struggle. She even has a particular Sim, Stanley Humphrey the hot dog man, who she uses for rags to riches challenges and whose whole purpose in life is to struggle. I
It's
love
just
this hot
us.
dog man.
We
What
are the
makes
hot
The
dog man.
Sims and all simulation games fun isn't how realistic they are, or how idealistic. Fun is independent of realism. And that's the beautiful thing about
Mm-hmm.
cozy games. Yes, they lie to us. They give us perfect versions of our world that are still deeply flawed. But that doesn't mean they're not worth
Mm-hmm.
playing. We're allowed to have fun with these games. And let's be honest, if they were perfect critiques of consumerism, they probably wouldn't be fun. I just think it's important to think about where that fun comes from. These games are fun not because consumerism itself
Exactly.
is fun, but because the game worlds were built.
Games like Zoo Tycoon, like we're not even gonna talk about how you can have things like roller coasters and stuff flying off the rails, literally, and just why not for fun?
Specifically to
Oh no.
separate consumerism from its consequences. You can hoard
Mm-hmm.
money and stuff. You can create the most unethical
Yes.
farms and factories the world has ever seen. You can make more money than you could spend in 1,000 lifetimes, and there are no downsides.
The best part.
And having direct feedback from the decisions you make is what makes these games feel so cozy, even while being nestled within that consumerist framework. When you know that raising a sim skill will allow them to make more money, when you know exactly how much your items are worth at Nook's Cranny, when you know that 3 iron ingots will always make 1 iron pickaxe, and 1 iron pickaxe will always mine 251 blocks, the world feels safe. It's predictable. It's easy. It's cozy. The point of this video wasn't to ruin cozy games, but just to point out that the fantasy of cozy games is limited. And when we play these games, we should be aware of those limitations. I don't think The Sims should be a poverty simulator. I just think it would be better if it was brave enough to actually be honest about what causes poverty in the
People already have issues with the real zoos. Virtual zoos where the possibilities are endless might give people some certain ideas. Yeah, it would. In fact, the fact that we're able to let those things happen is the beauty of it. So, what does this say? This sentence right here. This is where she lost me because she was trying to. I almost thought that she was like coming to senses with this whole thing in general, and then she says it would be better if the game was brave enough to actually be honest about what causes poverty in the first place. Do I want like The Sims to put me in the tutorial and then just start like exposition dumping me on what causes poverty and give me a whole like lecture on why this is so bad? Just by the way, this is a warning. This is not a representation of reality. Everything you're doing is in service of a terrible, terrible precedent. Enjoy the game.
Causes poverty in the first place. The worlds of The Sims and Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley are nice, but imagine what kinds of worlds we could play in if they weren't
That's exactly what I'm thinking. It makes it too real. Like, relax, dude. I'm not here for that right now. We have all these other times to be thinking about those things already, as is, even not by choice. And now she's posing. Okay, imagine if those games were not constrained by those systems. If you want a game that isn't constrained by things like consumerism, without struggle, go play creative Minecraft. Yeah, that's right. Creative Minecraft has none of those things. You can get all of the things that you want. Perfectly ideal. There is no problems, no struggle. You can have everything you want and we can all get along. But does everybody play creative Minecraft? Are we looking at it like, yeah, this is the peak of gameplay right here? No, I don't think so. A lot of people choose to play the challenge, the struggle that comes with earning those things. And, capitalism simulator, as we could call it, is one way of doing just that. If somebody looks at the Animal Crossing Pro Tag being able to fly off to an island, a remote island, and start up their own whole ass community and thinks, oh, this is poverty simulator. Do they know what poverty is? What would that be something a game has to be about? Like you're completely taking the game to another direction. It's not even the same game anymore if it has to have a commentary and also not be constrained by Mr. Tom Nook over here. In fact, I like to think that the game was constrained by those systems on purpose to make a functioning system of gameplay, you know? What if we didn't have them? Then you just have creative Minecraft.
Constrained by all those systems, by consumerism or the existence of
Money
or
bad.
bosses or landlords. What if we were actually free? If we had a real sandbox game to play around in? Imagine the utopias we could make. Perhaps the most unrealistic part of The Sims, though, is how talented they are. Sims can grind for an entire week subsisting only on grilled cheese to become a best-selling author in a matter of days. We aren't Sims, but we have something they don't. Skillshare, the sponsor of today's video.
Oh my god.
Skillshare is an Before I end the video, I just want to reiterate that this isn't meant to be a takedown of cozy games. I just wanted to explore some stuff I'd been thinking about over the past few weeks, and hopefully you found it interesting. The stuff I brought up isn't unique to cozy simulation games either, so if you did find this interesting, then I really recommend this video about animal welfare in Zoo Tycoon.
Dango, look!
And this other video about the car-centric assumptions baked into city skylines, which I found really, really interesting. Both of these are linked in the description, along with a video about the fake economies of Minecraft, which I love, and a whole playlist of Sims video essays that I built this one off of, like Bram de Groot's video, The Sims as Anti-Capitalist Critique, which I really recommend if you're looking for more.
The fake economies of Minecraft. That's crazy, dude. No way. You're telling me when I give them some gold pieces and they shit out some like RNG item back, there's something inherently existentially wrong with that? No way. City skylines make you plan bad cities? Yeah, because I'm gonna be in development of our own private island with its own perfect city ecosystem. That is exactly what I set out to do. Of course you make bad cities. You do it on purpose a lot of the time even. What do you mean?
With a video about the fake economies of Minecraft, which I love, and a whole playlist of Sims video essays that I built.
Wait, there's a whole playlist on just this shit? Oh, I can't.
This one off of, like...
Especially this right here, a Marxist analysis of the Sims franchise. It goes deep, dude.
Bram de Groot's video with The Sims.
I was just floored at how much they just have this in their mind. Like we're just out here vibing on The Sims or on Minecraft, and they're like, "Oh my god, capitalism! How is nobody thinking about this? Oh my god!" And then they go out and make. How long are these videos? 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 20 minutes, like a whole hour of content, just thinking about stuff that nobody is like having a problem with. Like, do y'all want to talk about a poverty simulator? What? I don't even know how you come up with all this. It's like straight up. I'm not gonna say it, but it is making this shit up at this point.
As anti-capitalist critique, which I really recommend if you're looking for more.
Yeah, wait until they get their hands on Helldivers. You know how earlier in the video they were like, "Why does The Sims this? Wait, why is Sims 4 so binary? Transphobia in The Sims 4? Yo, ain't no way." Yeah, they were thinking about that, dude. Oh no. Yeah, when I play Helldivers, I am absolutely more patriotic. I am thinking about our beautiful, beautiful country without any other thought in my mind. It is not at all a satire. There is no commentary behind it. I am just blind. I am a sheep. I am a soldier for Super Earth.
Political angle.
For democracy.
There's also a lot more that could be said about how city building and real-time strategy games have similar assumptions about resource extraction and how they simplify the way that global politics works, but that is something I'm going to leave as an exercise for the reader. This video was just a short little jaunt to ring in the new year, but don't worry, I have a big video coming next month talking about plagiarism and trust and academic integrity and how we decide who is worth listening to. I've been doing a ton of research for this one, and it's going to be pretty huge, so be sure to subscribe to the channel.
Know what else is going to be pretty huge?
Notified when it comes out. As always, I want to give a huge thanks to my patrons, especially A Tasty Snack, Adam, Hugh Sophia, Justin Lowry, Megan Lowndes, and Shep Alderson. My dog Ren recently
shout out to my patrons on Pineapple and Beandongo.
She needed without my Patreon, so I am incredibly thankful for all of your support. Thank you all so much. But finally, today's Patreon poem of the video is Rack for Bookworm. I saw 3 dead penguins on the beach. They were round and stiff like old...
I saw 3 dead penguins on the beach. They were round and stiff like old toys, still bloated, gorged on us child stories, fat with the fantasy spun under blankets in the middle of the night. I don't know, I think that's a little bit too deep for me. It just sounds spooky.
Toys. Still bloated, gorged on a child's stories, fat with the fantasies spun.
Yeah, I am in fact using V-Bridger.
Under blankets in the middle of the night.
I asked my model creator if they would be able to add Bridger to my model, and they're like, sorry, Nico, I'm not yet good at V-Bridger. And I was like, no worries. I thought that was really cute. They were just being honest with me.
Stay safe.
In the future, though.
Especially everyone going through all of the terrible winter storms these past weeks.
Does the Cultivator love the ravens, or are we disposable? We do love ravens, actually. In fact, we have a raven roll. I'm not sure where to put that yet, but probably if I ever decide to make a mod, it will be the raven. But this whole thing is exactly what I wanted to have this stream about, and because it was like, man, this was draining. Like, I felt like this was supposed to be inspiring or like thought-provoking in a good way, like, huh, I feel so enlightened. No, I just felt like, bro, it's not that deep. What do you mean? And I wanted to make a video essay on it. And I wanted to ask you guys if like if it's just me, or if there's like something going on with this one. Because it's kind of scary when you have videos like that have like 150k views, 300k subscribers, and you have this like portion of people just really looking at this and be like, indeed, very much these games do not make the proper commentary on consumerism. Disgusting. No, dude, we don't have to make everything so political. It doesn't have to be like that. You're not a real cozy gamer unless you play creative Minecraft, free of bigotry, racism, violence, tax evasion. Whoa, Mila, chill out. Not a bot. Yeah, creative Minecraft is the ideal. Everyone, if you're not playing Minecraft creative, a real sandbox game, you are perpetuating capitalism, consumerism, fascism, racism, bigotry, violence, all of those bad things. So if you had to take anything from this, don't. Don't vibe. You're not allowed. I'm not trying to say vibing is bad, but you should be thinking about these things. um, I need to look into those other ones. I'm actually gonna end here soon, since we reached the conclusion of what I wanted to talk about. Only real life struggles. But how can I play Minecraft without my enslaved villagers and my iron golem lava pits, burning them alive and my insta-kill cows when they reach adulthood? That's the thing. You don't. Because if you do, you're making a terrible, terrible example for all the people around you. How dare you? You have creative Minecraft. You can get all of those things instantly without putting those virtual characters through such terrible hardships. Hardships, which, by the way, we should be closing our eyes to, or else it's not comfy. Absolutely. Well, that's all I had on it. I guess I got the green light to talk about it and make my own 20-minute long rant and post it and then get canceled because I am surely in support of all of these atrocities. It was good knowing you guys. It was good. We had a good run. This is our canceling speedrun. We have no chance against the antis. We're not woke enough. All right. That's all I got for tonight. I'll go ahead and get that sorted. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming and sticking with me through all of my schizo rant for today. Good night, good night. Play creative Minecraft or else.